July 2005, 2000 Charles de Gaulle Airport, Paris. The supersonic era is about to suffer its most devastating blow. Air France Flight 405-90, a magnificent Concorde, prepares for a routine charter flight to New York. No one anticipates the nightmare. On board are 100 passengers and 9 crew members, expecting the ultimate luxury experience at twice the speed of sound. The pilots go through their pre-flight checklists, completely unaware of the deadly trap waiting on runway 26 right. Just minutes prior, a Continental Airlines D-10 departed the very same runway, unknowingly dropping a titanium alloy strip from its engine cowl. This small, fatal piece of debris now lies silently on the tarmac, waiting in Concorde's high-speed path. The control tower clears Flight 419 for takeoff. The 4 Rolls-Royce Olympus engines roar to life with deafening power, pushing the sleek delta-winged aircraft down the runway. Acceleration is rapid. The captain calls out 80 knots, then V1. At nearly 200 miles per hour, disaster strikes. The Concorde's front left main gear tire hits the rogue titanium strip. The tire violently explodes under immense pressure, sending massive chunks of dense rubber flying outward at ballistic speeds. A massive piece of rubber strikes the underside of the left wing with devastating force. It doesn't puncture the fuel tank directly, but the sheer shockwave ruptures tank number 5 from the inside out, sending aviation fuel pouring out. Sparks from the damaged landing gear wire immediately ignite the massive fuel leak. A colossal plume of fire erupts from the left wing. In the control tower, the controller watches in sheer horror as the burning aircraft races forward. Atsay urgently radios the crew. Air France 4-10-2 you have flames! You have flames behind you! The crew, already past B1, cannot safely abort the takeoff. They have no choice but to pull back the yoke and take flight. 4-10 of Tong flames behind you! The controller repeats, panic edging into his voice. Inside the cockpit, the fire warning alarms begin blaring aggressively. The flight engineer frantically announces failure in engine number 2. They are losing thrust. The heavily loaded aircraft struggles to gain altitude. Trailing a massive river of fire, the Concorde slowly lifts off the tarmac. The captain commands the landing gear to retract, desperately trying to reduce drag and gain much-needed airspeed. But the gear refuses to stow. The explosion severely damaged the wheel bay doors and hydraulic systems. Stuck with their wheels down in a raging inferno on the left wing, the aircraft creates immense drag, making climbing nearly impossible. Engine number 1 also begins to surge and lose power as it ingests hot gases and debris from the unrelenting fire. The asymmetry and thrust violently rolls the aircraft to the left. The pilots spike desperately for control. A flight engineer shouts over the blaring alarms. "Engine 2 is shut down," the captain replies, tense but focused. "We are trying to head for Le Bourget." They hope to make an emergency landing at the nearby airfield. Air traffic control clears all runways at Le Bourget. Fire service leader, the Concorde is returning to runway 09 in a right turn, but the fire is melting the left wing structure, destroying vital flight control surfaces within seconds. The heat is catastrophic. The wing structural integrity begins to fail entirely. With engines 1 and 2 effectively dead, and immense drag from the deployed gear, the Concorde is rapidly losing speed, teetering on the absolute edge of a stall. The captain desperately applies full right rudder and aileron to keep the nose up and wings level, but the aerodynamic forces are too much. The mighty Concorde, a marvel of modern engineering, is now nothing more than a falling brick. The ground proximity warning system shouts, "Whoop, whoop, pull up, whoop, pull up!" The pilots realize they won't make it to Le Bourget. The co-pilot transmits their final chilling message to the tower. "Negative, we are trying Le Bourget." Actually, the final transmission is grimmer. The tower says, 405-90, you have strong flames behind you. The crew realizes their fate. The nose pitches up dangerously high. Speed drops below 100 knots. The Concorde enters an unrecoverable aerodynamic stall. "Pull up, pull up!" The alarms scream as the aircraft aggressively rolls completely on its side, the left wing dipping towards the earth. Below them lies the town of Gonesse, and a hotel directly in their rapidly descending path. Exactly 2 minutes after the tire burst, the Concorde crashes belly, first into the Hotelissimo Hotel. A massive fireball erupts into the sky, shaking the entire town. The iconic aircraft is instantly obliterated in a devastating explosion of jet fuel. The sheer force of the impact destroys the hotel and immediately claims the lives of all 109 souls on board, along with 4 innocent people on the ground. The dream of supersonic travel turns to ash. Emergency responders rush to the scene, but the inferno is too intense. The wreckage is unrecognizable. Only the distinctive droop snoot nose and parts of the tail remain somewhat intact among the smoldering, devastating ruins of the once proud airliner. Air traffic controllers in the tower stare in stunned, absolute silence. The unthinkable has just happened right before their eyes. The impeccable safety record of the world's only commercial supersonic jet has been shattered in just 3 horrifying minutes. Investigators later confirmed the pilots did everything right. Passing V1, they had to fly. Stopping would have resulted in a catastrophic high-speed runway overrun. Their desperate attempt to reach Le Bourget was the only logical, yet ultimately impossible, decision. The tragedy grounded the Concorde fleet. Though reinforced tires and Kevlar-lined fuel tanks were later installed, changing aviation safety forever, the economic fallout ultimately forced the magnificent Concorde into permanent retirement just 3 years later.